This is the Sony ULT Tower 9 and this is the Sony ULT Tower 10, and I really like both of these speakers because they both sound really good. Now both of these speakers give you really good instrument separation and they both give you very good balance because both of these speakers have a front mid-firing woofer with a dual front mid-firing mid-range drivers and quad tweeters, two that shoot out the front and two that shoot out the back. And in general, both of these speakers sound very balanced, open, and they give you really good instrument separation and really good detail in the mids and highs thanks to the quad tweeters and the dual mid-range drivers. Now, the bass on these speakers is a little different. Now, the bass on the Tower 9 Now, the bass on the Tower 10 is a little bit more on the audible side because it does have a front mid-firing woofer, whereas the bass on the Tower 9 is a little bit more physical because its exhaust port shoots out the bottom. And I do feel that the Tower 9 sounds a little bit more balanced than the Tower 10 because the Tower 10 does lean towards a slightly brighter sound signature. But when it comes to max volume performance, both of these speakers are good for a 50-person party and both of these speakers are good for commercial use. Think a medium-sized restaurant or a small DJ gig. Now, the Tower 10 does get slightly louder than the Tower 9, but personally I think the Tower 9 is more than enough. Now both of these speakers also have built-in light features, however the light feature on the Tower 9 is slightly upgraded specifically because the floor lights do have a larger splash effect than the Tower 10, but other than that both of these light features are very similar to one another and they're okay, but there are better light features out there. However, with the Tower 9, more importantly, this speaker does have a built-in battery, so this speaker is going to be a lot more portable than the Tower 10 because the Tower 10 can only be used while it's plugged in. But when it comes to ports, these speakers are very similar. Both of these speakers are using USB-A ports so you can charge your own devices. But personally, I really wish this USB-A port was a USB-C port instead. They both have an audio jack, but they also both have an optical port. So if you want, you can connect these speakers up to your TV and use it as a soundbar, which I feel is super useful if you don't already have a home theater system hooked up to your TV, or if you just have a small soundbar. Now, both of these speakers do have quarter-inch inputs, but there is a major difference here. With the Tower 9, you have dual quarter-inch inputs, whereas with the Tower 10, this speaker only has one quarter-inch input. However, with the Tower 10, this speaker does come included with its own wireless microphone, so you can do karaoke right out of the box, whereas with the Tower 9, the microphones are sold separately. But if you do want to connect a wireless microphone to the Tower 9, you can always use Sony's wireless microphone system, which is sold separately. Overall, I really like both of these speakers, but personally, I think the Tower 9 is more than enough. This speaker sounds just as good as the Tower 10. If not, it sounds a little bit more balanced because it doesn't put as much of an emphasis on the highs. It gets more than loud enough, and if you were to use this speaker while it's plugged in, you are going to get a performance boost out of it. Also, this speaker is smaller and it also has a built-in battery, so it's a lot more portable. But if you want to learn more, you can always watch the full video.